Glad you could join us for 7:30 News Bulletin. I'm Fale Suzomber. First, a look at our top stories. Pope Leo XIV urges media to foster peace and disarm words. The ugly face of political violence seen in Mponela on Sunday. HRDC denounces Mponela political violence, a cause for accountability and justice. And in other news, Nigerian farmers struggle with water scarcity amid climate change. We have more stories coming up. Stay with us. Pope Leo XIV has called on media professionals to promote peace and truth in their reporting, emphasizing the importance of responsible communication in shaping society's culture. The Pope made the appeal on Monday during a meeting with media professionals in the Vatican's Paul VI Hall in Rome. Charity Chilanga reading a Vatican news report.
Pope Leo XIV encouraged media professionals to foster peace by caring for how people and events are presented. The Pope expressed solidarity with journalists imprisoned for reporting the truth and called for their release. The Pope also thanked the reporters for their service to the truth, highlighting their role in presenting the Church in the beauty of Christ's love. He acknowledged the difficulties of reporting in modern times, emphasizing the need for responsible communication. Pope Leo XIV also emphasized the need for responsibility and discernment in the use of artificial intelligence, ensuring its immense potential benefits humanity. He concluded by repeating Pope Francis' message to disarm communication of all prejudice and resentment, fanaticism, and even hatred, and to disarm words and help disarm the world.
Archbishop Thomas Lugumsusa of Blantyre Archdiocese has appealed to the youth to be missionaries of hope by answering God's call in different vocations. Archbishop Susa said this on Sunday, 11th May 2025 at Mzedi Parish in Blantyre Archdiocese during this year's Vocation Sunday. He noted that youth should always keep Catholic values and listen to the call of God in different vocations in the Church. Tandrin Zumara leading a report filed by Andrew Nandolo.
Fourth Sunday of Easter, also known as Sunday of Good Shepherd, is Vocations Day. This year, the day took place at Mzedi Parish, where over 9,000 youths gathered. In his homily, Archbishop Thomas Lugumsusa said youths should choose wisely their vocations, as today's world is full of noises that are not from God. He emphasized that though all vocations are from a Christian family, but youth should also remember joining priesthood, sister, and brotherhood, saying they are also called to serve God and people.
Life is sacred. Sometimes they use the young people, they promise them to be given jobs, or they promise them to be given clothes or money in order to bring violence. I would like to ask all those people who are planning to do this, they should stop, because we need peace in Malawi. We need good leaders. Leaders who will be chosen by the will of the people, not the will of a few people, but the people, the majority. We need leaders who are chosen by every person, no? Not by two people who will abuse the electorate, so that we get a leader who is not appointed by the majority.
Speaking to the media, Chairperson for Blantyre Archdiocese Youths, Peter Damiano, admitted youths facing challenges in answering God's call, but said with these vocational gatherings, they will assist the youth to their vocations.
As you can see, we have a lot of problems in our society. And for these vocations, I think youth will be in a certain level. As Archbishop addresses all youth here in Blantyre Archdiocese, now we have a hope. As the theme of this year is youth, we are the missionaries of hope. I think now youth, we are the hope after this occasion.
The aim of Vocations Day is to pray and contribute for those in different vocations all over the world. This society was founded by Jean Bigard During the Mass, Bishop Msusa announced that next year the day will be celebrated in Mwanza Deanery at Nino Parish.
The Catholic faithful in the Archdiocese of Lilongwe, particularly members of Reggio Maria, have been urged to be true evangelizers, bringing hope to their communities, families, and wherever they go. This message was delivered during the celebration of the Feast of Mother Mary at Our Lady of Africa, Maula Cathedral. The theme of the celebration was Pilgrims of Hope, and retired Bishop of Mangochi Diocese, Pangani, emphasized that Reggio Maria members should be like handcuffs, joined together in prayer and service. He encouraged members to depend on prayer in their daily lives. Emmanuel Chocha reports.
Celebrate the Feast of the Region of Mary, members in the Archdiocese of Lilongwe took to the streets, singing, dancing, and praying. The procession started from Mtimawera Parish and ended at Our Lady of Africa, Maula Cathedral, where the Holy Mass was held. The chaplain of the Region of Mary in the Archdiocese of Lilongwe, Father Chikasu, said the Region of Mary members should be soldiers of Christ through prayer, preaching, and promoting peace. He encouraged the members to emulate the life of Mother Mary and the founder of the Region of Mary, Frank Dafu.
All right. As we are aware that we are in the year of Jubilee, that's 25 years after 2000. Now, as the Region of Mary, we are given this chance to celebrate this celebration of the Jubilee. And today, we are carrying out our role as the Regional of Mary to celebrate the feast of our Mother Mary in a special way by reflecting the theme of the year of the Jubilee, pilgrimage of hope, or the pilgrims of hope. So on this theme, we have emphasized on the role that the Regional of Mary has in the church of spreading the good news through works. That's why even in the sermon or the homily of the bishop, he emphasized on the point of being true evangelizers of the gospel by making sure that they are doing good works, showing good deeds.
Father Chikasu's message was echoed by Benedict Kulemeka, the president of the Region of Mary in the Archdiocese of Lilongwe. Kulemeka encouraged members to subscribe to their regional service and live exemplary life that would attract others to join the group.
We've received this news very well. In fact, it's not really new because it just goes in line with all our terms and references as Regional of Marys, because we need to be helping people to go deeper in the Word of God.
The Region of Mary was founded by Frank Dafu in 1921, and its members are known for their devotion to prayer and service. Dafu was born in Dublin, Ireland on June 7, 1889, and joined the Society of St. Vincent de Paul at the age of 24, developing a great sensitivity to the needs of the poor and underprivileged. Through their faith and service, the Region of Mary members continue to bring hope and joy to the communities across the Archdiocese of Lilongwe. For Luntha News, this is Emmanuel Chocha.
National Peace and Unity Commission has called for swift investigation into the political violence incident in Mponela yesterday, where a bus belonging to the opposition Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, was torched by alleged Malawi Congress Party supporters on Sunday. Chairperson of the commission, Bishop Mary Nkosi, was speaking in reaction to the violence, saying the culprits must be known and dealt with. National Police spokesperson Peter Kalaya has since promised the conclusion of investigation into the matter and that perpetrators will be arrested. Robert Edward reports.
Just a few days after Malawi Defense Force, police and other stakeholders met all political party directors of youth on violence prevention, Mponela in Doa district has witnessed the agony of violence with firing of live bullets that escalated to torching of a DPP motorcade vehicle by allegedly Malawi Congress Party supporters. Police has since condemned the malpractice, promising to investigate and bring to book perpetrators. But its national spokesperson, Peter Karaya, was quick to mention that political parties should refrain from provoking one another.
We are aware of the incident because it has been reported to us through our Mponela police station, and we reacted during the fracas. As a service, we strongly condemn these politically motivated acts of violence, and yesterday's violence involved a Democratic Progressive Party, DPP, motorcade. As Malawi Police Service, we want to further call on parties to refrain from open provocations and make sure that we work together to condemn political violence in its entirety. As a service, we are saddened with this because it is coming just a week after directors of youth from various political parties are pledged to promote peaceful campaigns during this period that as a country we are getting closer to the elections.
However, the expedition of the investigation is said to be a general knowledge for police's demonstration to curb violence in the run-up to the 16th September general elections. This is according to National Peace and Unity Commission Chairperson Bishop Mary Nkosi, who says both inter- and intra-party violence before and after elections must be condemned to sustain peace in the country.
And any pockets of violence before the general elections are strongly condemned, be it political or otherwise, and be it inter or intra-party, because we want to ensure that people are living safely and peacefully before and after the elections. Regarding the recent incidents, as a secretariat, as a commission, we are yet to get the full information, and we believe that the police should do their work to investigate and find out and bring the culprits to book, while we stand to condemn any form of political violence.
According to a social media video by DPP's youth director Norman Gisari, the fracas happened when the motorcade was coming from a DPP meeting in Nchisi district. For Luntha, this is Robert Edward.
Rights Defenders Coalition Chairperson Gifted Trapensi has strongly condemned the violent attack on Democratic Progressive Party DPP convoy in Mponela, describing it as a direct threat to Malawi's fragile democracy, peace and national unity. The incident, which involved the torching of several vehicles, is labeled as unacceptable and politically motivated terrorism. HRDC emphasized that there is no justification, no provocation, and no political context that can validate the use of violence against fellow citizens. HRDC has further called on all political parties, including the DPP, MCP, UTM, and others, to publicly declare that they do not and will not tolerate acts of violence in their name. Here is part of what Trapensi had to say.
It's true that we have issued a statement condemning the violent incident that happened in Mponela. For us as the HRDC, we are condemning such acts, and such acts has no place in our democracy. But also as the HRDC, we are calling upon the Malawi Police Service to make sure that they're able to investigate and arrest the perpetrators of this violence. We want the police to speed up the investigations to make sure that such impunity is stopped. I think as a country we have had such kind of acts, and the police hasn't arrested the perpetrators. And this time we trust that the police will do a better way to make sure that we're able to arrest such kind of perpetrators of violence. But also as the HRDC, we're calling upon the political parties, leaders, to make sure that they're able to call upon their followers to stop such kind of acts. In a democracy, we allow coexistence. In a democracy, we allow political parties to conduct their rallies at any other place. And it will be up to Malawians to vote for individuals or political parties based on the issues that they are raising to Malawians. Malawians would want issue-based campaign, not based on the violence. They would want a campaign that will bring in issues to resolve the many challenges that this country is going through.
You are still watching news on Luntha Television with me, Fales Jizombe. Let's take a look at our top stories once more before we proceed. Public of the 14th urges media to foster peace and disarm words. The ugly face of political violence seen in Mponela on Sunday. HRDC denounces Mponela political violence, a cause for accountability and justice. And in other news, Nigerian farmers struggle with water scarcity amid climate change. Moving forward, the Mangochi Diocese of the Catholic Church in Malawi has asked the government through the Ministry of Education for assistance to private schools. His Lordship Montfort Stima of the diocese said over the weekend during Silver Jubilee Mass celebration at Our Lady of Lourdes Girls Secondary School at Ndamwera in Mangochi District. Bishop Stima said it's high time that government should promote quality education in private schools through, among other things, budget allocation. Andrew Nandolo has fed a report read by Tandiwe Nzumara.
During the Mass, His Lordship Montfort Stima said government should start allocating money towards private schools, both secondary and tertiary, saying not all can be admitted into public schools. He said failing to allocate money towards private schools is denying learners the right to education.
There are so many areas that the government can come in. Just as the government assists the other public schools where they have teachers, and if it's a boarding, they provide food, and they also provide teaching materials, and also infrastructure, building, all those things. I think the government should start thinking. I know that most of these things, there's need for legal instrument because they need to go to Parliament and make a law. But it's a high time when the government has to think about it, because most of the people who are being educated in the private schools are contributing a lot in the society, and they are there to contribute in the development of the nation. So, for example, giving teachers on secondment paid by the government could be a contribution. And whenever they are distributing material, teaching materials, it's another contribution. Food is another contribution, and any other help that they give to other public schools.
In her remarks, guest of honor, Commissioner of Police for Central East, Barbara Mchenga-Tsiga, who's also an alumni for Our Lady of Lourdes Girls Secondary School, appealed to students to avoid vandalizing school properties when disagreements arise. Mchenga-Tsiga also asked the girls to refrain from indulging in premarital affairs. She also thanked and challenged all the alumni of Our Lady of Lourdes to continue supporting the school as a token of appreciation.
I was very humbled to be the guest of honor today. And my message to the girls here was work hard, fear God, respect your parents. We have also been challenged to say this is our school as alumnus. We need to be involved. It was a very huge message, which I think we have received very well, because indeed this is our school. We wouldn't have been here if some other people did not take responsibility. So likewise, we need to take responsibility and make sure that our land of Lourdes remains until forever. Demolishing schools when you're angry with something is not a solution. I know we have human rights these days, but that rights come with responsibility. So I also told them to keep the school as it is, as we left it. If we had decided then to be angry and set the school ablaze, they would not be here today.
Prior to the mass celebration, Bishop Montfort Stima inaugurated the new administration block. Among the high-profile members who attended the function were Bishop Thomas Lugum Susa, priests, sisters, and traditional leaders.
The Malawi Electoral Commission has identified issues with voter photographs in its register, just as the voter inspection and verification exercise is set to begin. The Commission has noted that some images are unclear, have obscured faces, or show national ID slips covering voters' faces. Make Chairperson Justice Annabel Ntalimanja made the remarks during a meeting with 23 registered political parties in Lilongwe, with a purpose of sharing with them copies of voters' register to ensure transparency and accountability. Gift Kalonga has filed this report.
Justice Ntalimanja confirmed that the Commission has observed that there are images of 305 registrants across the centers that are not clear. Ntalimanja assured that as a Commission, they have agreed that all registrants whose pictures are not coming clearly, they will still verify their names in the register using fingerprints.
Yes, first of all, to indicate that in the voters register, we have observed that images for 305 registrants across different centers, they are not coming out very clearly, and in some instances, actually, the images are not there. The images that are there for their national ID card or the national ID slip. We are going to use other forms of identification, namely the fingerprints for those registrants.
MEC is expected to start its inspection and verification exercise across the country, starting from Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. 127 days are remaining for Malawi to hold its September 16th general elections. For Luntha News, this is Gift Kalonga.
Member of Parliament for Nkarabi South Constituency, Kenneth Kalingoma, has been confirmed undisputedly as the Malawi Congress Party's candidate for the upcoming elections, running unopposed. The announcement was made on Sunday at Chafila Primary School in the district. Herbert Karandar reading this report.
Ngoma expressed gratitude for the trust bestowed upon him by the people in his constituency and their confidence in the party's leadership. He pledged to continue advancing development projects in the constituency if re-elected in the September 16 general elections, and urged the people of Nkatabe to maintain their support for the Chakwera-led government. Ngoma also announced that his campaign would be launched soon and emphasized his commitment to ensuring Nkatabe district is well represented by more members of parliament.
In abundance, and they were so excited, happy. You would see the joy on their faces. It's something that is a sign that Nkatabe South is ready for Chakwera. And Nkatabe South has accepted Chakwera to be their leader. And they are not seeing anybody. I think you could smell, even the atmosphere, you would see that this is MCP. There's nothing here but MCP. We have tried and worked hard to make sure that we come at this level. And we are still working hard, and we work even more harder to make sure that Chakwera gets almost 80-90% of Nkatabe votes. That's what we're looking for. People are lacking a leader. in this part of Katabe who could speak the truth about MCP, the truth about Dr. Azachagwera. Now they have somebody, their brother, Dr. Kenneth Kalingoma.
Furthermore, shadow councillors from Bamba Ward, Job Chira, and Sukombo Ward councillor, Mauka Chira, have also been confirmed as candidates without opposition.
And on sports analyst Christopher Njola has called on Malawi's football administrators to invest more effort in supporting the national team, particularly in international competitions. Njola made the remarks following the team's exit from the African Nations Championship after a loss to South Africa. Parik Pupa has more on this report.
The Malawi national football team, also known as the Flames, has been eliminated from the African Nation Championship CHAN qualifiers after losing 2-1 on aggregate to South Africa. Despite winning the first leg at Bingu National Stadium, the team struggled in the second leg at Loftus Stadium in Pretoria, conceding crucial goals in the first half and the 9 minutes of the match. Assistant coach Peter Mponda expressed disappointment with the result, stating that it reflected the team's performance.
95 plus minutes, I think the reflection of the game, the result is not a true reflection. I believe that we played very well. We tried to contain them. In terms of possession, the first 45 minutes, yes, Africa, I would say that they were a little bit ahead of us. They created a number of chances. Second 45 minutes, we were on top of them, though we were not keeping the ball in places where we could hit them. But in terms of our possession, we were on top of them. The goals we gave away, I strongly believe that they were easy goals. We just gave away the goals. We could have gone to penalties or won the game more.
Sports analyst Christopher Njola believes the Flames had a genuine chance to progress given their past struggles in CHAN qualifiers.
Not good news at all that we have actually said goodbye to a CHAN competition 2025 in a manner that perhaps we could have done better, considering the very fact that we won our first match at Bingu National Stadium a week earlier, and then losing 2-0 to the same team, South Africa, in Pretoria. It's a setback if we are to consider progress of our game, because failing to progress to such competitions, such large spaces, large continental platforms where players are actually scouted, it's not good for our football if we are to align the export strategy for our players to better leagues abroad. So I feel it's high time that the administrators of the game do proper planning. For example, now, what are we doing to make sure that we qualify for the forthcoming competitions, say African Cup of Nations 2027, CHAN 2027? It is proper that we put necessary benchmarks to make sure that we continuously not only participate but contest in such competitions.
The Flames had shown promise area, beating Comoros in back-to-back matches at Bingu National Stadium, and Malawi has never qualified for the group stages since qualifiers were introduced. The African Nation Championship will take place in August 2025, hosted jointly by Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. For Luntha News, this is Patrick Pupa.
News from elsewhere. Farmers in Nigeria are facing significant challenges due to water scarcity exacerbated by climate change. Riverbeds are drying up, forcing farmers to rely on groundwater pumping. Conservationists warn that food scarcity might become a major issue if urgent measures are not taken to support farmers. We have more details in this African News Report read by Charity Chiranga.
Climate change is affecting agriculture in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country. Decreasing crop yields are impacting food prices and availability. More than 80% of Nigeria's farmers are smallholder farmers, who account for 90% of the country's annual agricultural production. Some work their fields with little more than a piece of roughly carved wood in their bare hands. Maize, Nigeria's largest cereal crop, saw a decline in cultivated land from 6.2 million hectares in 2021 to 5.8 million hectares in 2022, according to AFEX, a licensed private commodities exchange. Experts warn of potential water and health crises if emergency interventions are not implemented. In response, Nigeria's government has directed agricultural research institutes to develop solutions to address the challenges posed by climate change. The UN Food and Agriculture Organization has also encouraged climate-smart agriculture to ensure food security. With Nigeria's population expected to reach 400 million by 2050, finding sustainable solutions to water scarcity and food security is crucial.
That news item brings us to the end of our today's news bulletin. Before we go, a look at our top stories once more. Poplio the 14th urges media to foster peace and disarm words. The ugly face of political violence seen in Mponela on Sunday. HRDC denounces Mponela political violence, a cause for accountability and justice. And in other news, Nigerian farmers struggle with water scarcity amid climate change. I've been Fowler Chizombe. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and goodbye.